Let's go ahead now and create one more full set of blend shapes, which includes the full version plus the two left and right breakdowns. All right, so to do that, in our layers palette, I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new layer by clicking on the big square right here. And boom, there we go. And let's go ahead and name this, how about eyebrow raise? Okay, so let's go ahead and name that. Right, eyebrow raise underscore full. Okay, all right, so our record button is turned on. I'm going to go ahead and use my, go to my move brush over here. If you're using the custom UI, it's right there. Remember, if you're not using the custom UI, hit B, then M, and you can find the move brush right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to pull in a little bit on this guy right here. Make sure that my symmetry is turned on for the full version, right? And let me show you one thing. We can also take advantage of masking while we do this. If I want to make sure I raise the eyebrows up but not affect the eyes right here, I'm going to go ahead and select the mask lasso. All right, and you have to set OK for that. Again, that's B and then M, and you can find the mask lasso right over here. Okay, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to come in here, I'm going to hold control, and I'm going to mask out the eye area right here. All right, I do not want to affect any of that. So now with my move brush selected, okay, I'm going to come in with my symmetry turned on, and all I'm going to do is start raising these eyebrows up a little bit. All right, just for some kind of like a sort of a surprised look, perhaps. All right, and now let's just take a look at that right here. Let's just slide this over, and we'll slide it up. And don't forget, you have to get rid of the mask as well. All right, so let's make sure that we just hold control and get rid of that mask. All right, so there, it's a very simple one, our eyebrow raise. Okay, so I might come over here and just, make sure that my record button is turned on. And just pull up some of this area right here as well. Okay, so let's just take a look. All right, so that'll work. Let's go ahead and put that back down to 0. And we are going to duplicate this 2 times. All right. So right here, this is our duplicate button. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate once, duplicate twice. We'll go to the new one right here. I'm going to go ahead and set that to 0, and we'll rename this eyebrow raise left. All right. So let's go ahead and name that. All right. And enter. All right. So same thing as before. I'm going to grab my, I'm going to raise this all the way up. Okay. I'm going to grab my morph brush, B, oops, here we go, B, M, and then O for the morph brush. And let's come over here again, turning my symmetry off, watching my intensity. I'm going to come in here now and make sure that my, thank you for the warning there, I'm going to make sure that the record button is turned on. And over here on the right of the model, which is the character's left, I'm just going to go ahead and paint that down. There we go. All right, making sure you relax that whole area. Very good. And now we can test that out. Very good. So I'll put that back down to 0. And let's do the next one. We'll do the eyebrow raise right. Move this slider all the way to the right. Make sure that the record button is turned on. Your symmetry is turned off. And just go ahead and start painting this side of the model here. Okay, relaxing all of that. And there you have it. Let's go ahead and test it out. All right. So there you go. All right. Now, one thing to be aware of with these blend shapes is that they are additive. In that, if I were to take, for a second, let me go ahead and do the eyebrow raise here, full, all the way up. And if I were to add on one of these right or lefts, you can see that it will push it much further than it should go. All right, so just be careful of that, be aware of it. Make sure that you're resetting these down to 0 so that you're not getting any sort of overlap. Same with the smile. If I did the full smile and then added the smile left, you can see how that overdoes it. Okay, so it's important that you realize that those are additive. All right, so we've got 2 blend shapes completed, all right, because we're only going to be using the left and right and the left and right. So I would ask you to go ahead and do 3 more full blend shapes, whatever you want. Make sure that as you do them, they're symmetrical. You make 2 copies and you break it down into the left and right. In the next video, we're going to look at exporting our geometry out, bringing it into Maya, and hooking it up to the blend shape editor in Maya.